you know?
You know, like when I think about, if I put myself in your shoes and I think about I could have got anything my way back then with a gun, with intimidation. Now when you're out and somebody cuts you off or you're at Starbucks or something, do you feel like you miss that? Like getting your way all the time? Is that a hard transition? Because you know, you mentioned the Shah of Iran. When the revolution happened, his family had to move to America, right? So they're in Washington State, they're in Maryland. And I just think, you know, you're royalty, you own the country, now you're stuck in traffic. You're stuck behind somebody at Starbucks trying to get a coffee. What is that transition like where you could get anything you wanted? Now you have to be like everyone else.
Give you a story. I come out of prison and I go to see, I think it was Rocky was it Rocky? It was some big movie that was opening up. Line was around the corner. I'm with my wife and we start walking towards the end of the line. And she's looking at me. She says, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, we've got to get on the end of the line." She said, "You never waited on the line in your life. Not even in a movie. Prison. Up and wait. Get on the end of the line." It stuck with me, right?
Yeah.
So I think it cured me for a while. I don't wait on lines anymore. Now I'm over that.
Yeah.
You know, I go on a plane, I'm the first one. I want to get in, sit down. I don't want to be back of anybody.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess from flying so much, I just don't want that inconvenience. But no, you know, look, I have it pretty good. I mean, I get treated well where I go and I'm okay that way.
Speaking of Italy, do you go to Sicily?
I have not been to Sicily.
Why? You'd be a celebrity there, no? Or are you a little bit worried? The safety side of
There's
things.
a different breed of guys in Italy. I don't know. And I'm saying, should I test it? It wasn't important enough for me to like, okay, should I reach out and see what I should do here, what I could do? I've been all over Italy, not to Sicily. And I want to go to Sicily.
And that's deliberate that you haven't gone to Sicily?
Yeah, but I'm not Sicilian.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm from Naples. My whole family is we're Napoletan, from Naples. So, not Sicilian.
But to be in the Mafia, you have to be from Sicily, no?
That's a myth.
Oh, that's a myth?
It's a total myth.
They get us again. So, but you have to be Italian.
Luciano was from Naples.
Luciano was?
Yeah.
But you have to be Italian.
Have to be. Your father has to be Italian.
Your father has to be Italian.
Yes. Your mother can be of another descent.
Okay.
Although I'm hearing that they've tightened that up now. It's got to be mom and dad from Italy.
Okay.
I don't know that to be a fact, but that's what I'm hearing. I don't know why that would make a difference, but that's what they're saying.
Favorite place in Italy? For me, it's Tuscany.
I love Tuscany.
Love Tuscany.
I love Lake Como.
Yeah, gorgeous.
But I think Capri.
Capri.
Yeah, I love it there.
I wasn't a big fan of Sardinia, by the way.
No?
No. Too much partying. It wasn't really Italy.
Really?
I felt like it was just it was like Mykonos or Ibiza.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
So, you know, you just said to me they've changed the rules a little bit recently with the Mafia. So does that mean you are in talks with them? You have a communication with them? You have a direct line with them?
Over the years, people have reached out to me and said, "Mike, we're not making any money anymore. We need you to come back." And obviously I've said that's not in the cards, but have I spoken to people? Yeah. Here's the thing. You know, you're not supposed to walk away, period. You take that oath. Look, I didn't get a lobotomy. I don't forget what happened in that life. You know, I took an oath. I didn't sign a contract. There's nothing like that. So my dad said, "You're still a member." Sammy says the same thing. "We're still members of that life." And I said, "Sammy, technically we're not." "No, we are." "Okay, whatever you say." But can I go back to Brooklyn and say, "Hey guys, I'm moving back into the neighborhood"? Now, some guys may welcome me. Other guys may take offense and say, "Well, now you're snubbing your nose in our face because you walked away and you've been on YouTube and you talk about the life and that's not supposed to happen." Technically, they're right. I'm not supposed to be on YouTube if I'm a member of that life. Forget it. You couldn't do that. Can't be outspoken. Can't talk about the life. I don't talk about anybody currently. I'm not looking to put people in trouble or you know, put them on blast or anything like that. But why test it? I don't need it. You know, what am I accomplishing? Do I want to go back and run the family? Hell no. You know, that would be you may as well set yourself up for a lifelong headache. I don't want that.
Did you ever personally give the orders to take someone out? You never had a problem with someone saying, "We need to get this guy out," nothing like that?
I never gave an order in that direction, no.
Okay.
And I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
I never did. It's, listen, you know, there are other ways to resolve things in that life, and it's a last resort. Now, you know, and like I said earlier, anybody that was a first cause of action, they didn't last in that life. And I know, I was very observant of the way things went. And guys like that just didn't last. And there were a lot of guys like that. I mean, Roy DeMeo, you know, a guy you could look up his name. Roy DeMeo was a serial killer. He would have been a serial killer whether he was in that life or not. That life just made it easier for him. But that's who he was. And there were a couple of guys like that. And they all met with a bad fate. He ended up in a car. Guys like that don't last. So you try to resolve things in a different way.
You're very intelligent. You're very calculated, the way you talk. You're a gentleman. You're in a group with these serial killers. How do you deal with that? Because you're not the same. You're not the same people.
Well, you know, people said to me, Michael, weren't you afraid sitting down with John Gotti, or weren't you afraid? I said, no. What do I have to be afraid of? They're not going to hurt. I'm a made guy. They're not going to hurt me. They can't come after me. And I hate to say this, but I know how to shoot the same way they do. I'm not going to do anything wrong to fall into a trap that they're going to be able to ask for my life. The night that I walked in the room, it was a setup. They were trying to see. I mean, there was an article that came out in the newspaper that said I was making $2 billion, that I robbed $2 billion. Now, that was an exaggeration. We had a lot of money. It wasn't $2 billion. A lot of money, though. But so I'm a young guy. I got a plane. I got a helicopter. I got all of this. You know, I got the Russians were part of my crew. They said I was becoming strong enough to break away from the Colombo, start my old family. There was no truth to it whatsoever. It was like a fictional story. But it got into guy's head. So now, hey, you know what? This guy, his father's still strong. He's got a big crew. He's got these Russians. So now they're testing me. Basically what it was. To see if, oh yeah, I was making more money. Oh yeah, I did. But what happened at that meeting, I got mad. I said, what are you talking about? I said, they write these articles about everybody else. It's a lie. About me, it's true. I said, come on, I'm giving you $2 million a week and I'm taking all the risk and you put me on the spot. So I started getting mad. And then I held myself. You know, classic rule, never outshine the master. Works in real reality, works in that life. Keep quiet. You're walking out of here. Keep your mouth shut. So, you know, I don't know what my point was in this, but I have no desire to be back there or anything else like that, you know, but no, I never ordered that. Now, did I know about things that were happening?